Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a pre-fight show for UFC 207, Rousey versus Nunes for the UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World. And then you got a killer co-main event here with Dominic the Dominator Cruz, the UFC Men's Bantamweight Champion, defending his belt against Cody No Love Garbrandt. It's going to be a crazy main card. Oh my, oh my. I just, like, this pay-per-view is going to be better than the last one, I think. I think the last pay-per-view was pretty good. A lot of good finishes. Big names on the last one. This one's, despite the injuries and with Kane being taken off and then for Doom not being able to fight on this card, I still think this is a big, massive pay-per-view, star-studded card. You got Brandon Thatch on the prelims, and then, of course, the two title fights in the main card. And then you got Johnny Hendricks on the prelims as well, former welterweight champ. So, yeah, it's a pre-fight of the main card, and let's get started. So, the main event is for the UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World. The champ, Amanda Nunes, defending her belt against Ronda Rousey. And, wow, you know what? This one is a coin toss. It looks like on UFC Fantasy site, it's 59% submission for Rousey and 41% KO prediction for Nunes. And believe it or not, you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking like this. Okay, it's 51% chance Amanda Nunes wins this fight. I think the only way she has a good chance of winning this fight is in the first round. I think she knocks Ronda Rousey out in the first round. That's my pick. However, if it goes to round 2, 3, 4, 5, the later the fight goes, the better it is for Rousey, and I think if it's definitely in like round 3 and 4, it's Rousey's game, and I think she gets a submission. I think she'll get takedowns, and she'll do whatever she wants to Nunes. But I think Nunes hits so hard that she's gonna win. I think she knows what to expect from Rousey, and Rousey's been training really hard for this fight from the look of things. And Rousey's taking this fight serious. However, I think that it's just the fact that Nunes throws hard punches, and it's just a matter of a few of those landing, and then that's it. So but you know what? I want Ronda Rousey to win this fight. I'm a big Ronda Rousey fan. I followed her career since Strikeforce, when she was on Strikeforce fighting Julia Budd in the first Miesha Tate fight, and I want Rousey to get her belt back. I think she was overall good for the sport. And Nunes, yeah, I don't have any big beef with Nunes, but yeah, I like Rousey. But yeah, I'm picking Nunes to win. I think her ground game is good enough to initially avoid Rousey's ground game, like I said, initially, but not in all 25 minutes. I think the first 1 or 2 takedown attempts from Rousey, Nunes will be able to avoid, but then, yeah, as it goes later, Nunes will have more and more trouble. But I think that's just it, is Rousey will go for a takedown in that first round while Nunes is still fresh, and then that's where it's going to create issues, and Nunes is going to be able to strike her hard in the clinch. So I'm picking Nunes first round KO. Then in the co-main event, we got Dominic Cruz defending the belt against Cody Garbrandt. Dominic Cruz is just too good with his footwork, and he's too good with his head movement. And like Dominic Cruz said, you could knock people out, but you got to be able to hit them. And Dominic Cruz is going to be hard to hit. And I think this goes 25 minutes. I think this is going to go the distance. I think Cruz outpoints Cody Garbrandt. However, this will be a tough fight for Cruz, and Cruz will get rocked, I think, bits and pieces in this fight. I could easily see in, say, round 2, 3, maybe 4, where Cruz just gets stunned and then he starts running around and avoid getting knocked out by Cody Garbrandt, and then he'll recover eventually, and then he'll go back to his game plan, and Cody Garbrandt will be so in the mood to headhunt that he's going to find himself missing again, and then Cruz will just be able to do basically point striking on him and outpoint him on strikes. And I think this fight pretty much stays standing because Cody Garbrandt and Dominic Cruz both have good MMA wrestling. So with that said, I'm picking Dominic Cruz to win, unanimous decision. I could picture Garbrandt maybe winning a round or 2, but then Cruz just definitely winning the majority of the rounds. So this is one of those tough fights, and then it turns into Cruz gets another title defense by unanimous decision. But I do see Cody Garbrandt getting a rematch against Cruz down the line, whether it's for a belt or not. I think Cruz will just have to deal with Cody Garbrandt again, because Cody Garbrandt's just too good and he's too young, and there's just too much there for Cody Garbrandt. And skill set wise, I think Cody Garbrandt bounces back from this loss. But nonetheless, it'll be Cruz night, I'm predicting, and I think Cruz gets it done, unanimous decision. Okay, then also in the bantamweight division, which some see as a #1 contender match, we got T.J. Dillashaw versus John Lineker. John Lineker is a heavy hitter. However, T.J. Dillashaw is also a heavy hitter with good movement, good wrestling, and I think T.J. Dillashaw gets it done here. And I think T.J. Dillashaw gets it done in excellent fashion here. I think second round knockout for T.J. Dillashaw. I think Lineker can be knocked out, and Lineker goes for those big shots, and T.J. Dillashaw will capitalize and be able to land some good heavy shots on Lineker and stun him in the first round and knock him out and finish him in the second round. Then, in the welterweight division, also on the main card, we got a welterweight clash with Dong Yeon Kim versus Tarek Saffiedine. Now, how these two fighters have never fought each other is beyond me. I thought their paths would have crossed a long time ago when Tarek Saffiedine first came into the UFC. I thought, oh, a guy like Dong Yeon Kim would be a perfect fight for Tarek Saffiedine. And Kim, yeah, this guy, I'm still high and mighty on Dong Yeon Kim. I think the sky's the limit for Dong Yeon Kim. I've said this for years. I think he is the total package. He's hard to knock out, but if you can land on him, it creates issues. But Dong Yeon Kim's judo skills are just really, really, really good. Tarek Saffiedine has good MMA wrestling. However, I think that Kim gets it done by decision. I think this fight kind of goes back and forth. I think there's some takedown attempts, and I could picture maybe Kim getting a judo throw in last round. However, Saffiedine landing some good strikes, and this turns into takedowns versus punches landed, and I think Kim is just the more conditioned fighter, and this fight going the distance plays in the favor of Kim. I think Tarek Saffiedine could get worn out in the second and third round, especially the third round. I think Saffiedine's definitely good in the first round and maybe the first half of the second round, and then he may start to fade, and Kim still has all the energy and cardio in the world. And I think, Kim gets it done, unanimous decision due to takedowns, I think he goes for those judo throws and gets maybe one per round. I could see Saffiedine stuffing the rest, but yeah, I think the judo factor for Kim really plays a factor and gets him the unanimous decision victory here. So, Kim due to takedowns. Okay, then to kick off the main card, originally a flyweight fight, but it's now a catchweight fight because Ray Borg missed weight. It's a cash weight at 129.5. We got Luis Smolka and Ray Borg. Luis Smolka trying to bounce back from that loss to Brandon Moreno. And Ray Borg, the sky's the limit for this guy. Yeah, I think he's beating himself up a lot for not making weight, because I think had Ray Borg made weight and then he wins this fight, it's just another feather in the cap for Ray Borg, and you're going to be hearing about him. With that said, I think that this fight stays standing. I think that Ray Borg has a good ground game, and so does Luis Smolka, and they both have great submission skills, so it's just going to be technical on the ground if it goes that. But I can picture someone going for a submission and then defending it and then getting back on their feet and then just keep it standing. I think Ray Borg is just, he's all over the place with his striking, and it's going to create issues for Luis Smolka. So I'm picking Ray Borg by unanimous decision. However, I believe Smolka has the height and reach advantage here. So it's going to cause Ray Borg to be a little careful, but I think he can get it done here. And yeah, so I'm picking unanimous decision for Ray Borg. So that wraps up the post-fight show for UFC 207. Stay tuned in the coming days for my post-fight show for UFC 207. And just honorable mentions on the prelims real quick. I'm picking Neil Magny to dominate Johnny Hendricks, and then go Brandon Thatch, bro. I hope you get it done over Nico Price. Brandon Thatch, I know you need that win. You can do it, bro. You're an awesome guy. I believe in you. Get it done, bro. Save your UFC career and get that big win, that much needed win. And yep, until then, see ya.